Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's Just Two Movies.
Welcome back to another episode of It's Just Two Movies Summer Break. My name is Daniel King, where we're doing movies. This is the active shooter episode.
What?
Where we are doing shooters actively throughout the episode.
I don't think
that's not that other thing. Not that other thing that you're thinking about. Yes, I can joke about it. Is it appropriate? Absolutely not. Is it funny? Jury's out, funny. But I'll do it anyway. So, welcome back. We are... Jackson's here with me in the studio today.
Jackson's here. That would be me.
Yeah. And every episode is somebody's first episode. So if this is your first time tuning in, you know, we watched two movies, pretty self-explanatory in the title. For this one specifically, we're doing a movie and then it's a less highly regarded sequel. But usually we'll watch a good movie and then a bad movie. Some of them are so bad they're good. Some of them are just bad. But, you know, we're having some drinks and hanging out and we're all friends here. So it's a good fun time. Jackson, how you been?
I've been, I've been living the dream. I don't know. Life's been really weird lately.
It's so weird because that's a thing that I hate that people say. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? They're like, living the dream. I'm like, oh, are you?
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah. But when you said it just now, I was like, good, man. Yeah. Good for you. I felt zero hostility about it.
Everybody that ever hears me say that understands I'm saying it sarcastically. Like, who the fuck knows? Like, I have no idea. It is.
I'm just winging it, baby.
Yeah, just going with the flow, and
flowing with the go.
Someone's dream. It's not mine.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Hopefully not.
We like to flip flop who chooses the movies, and Jackson, you picked the movie this week. What'd you go with?
Yeah, so this week I went with Hot Tub Time Machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine. For being completely honest with you, I know that I watched... God, I'm making a fucking mess in here.
You drinking two of those?
I know that I watched Hot Tub Time Machine shortly after it came out, but I don't remember fuck all about it. When this came out, was it circa 2015? This is a 2010 comedy sci-fi film.
Yeah.
Hour 41 runtime, 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 64% on Rotten Tomatoes, 63% on TV Guide. Weird. 84% of you Google users like this movie. It is directed by Stephen Pink, starring a whole shitload of people. Craig Robinson, Clark Duke, Rob Corddry, John Cusack, Adam Scott, Chevy Chase, Colette Wolfe, Sebastian Stan. Young Sebastian Stan is cracking me up in this. Lizzie Kaplan, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, John Cusack... did I say his last name right?
Cusack. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, that sounded weird.
Nutsack. It's actually Nutsack.
That sounded weird when I said it out loud. I was like, oh shit.
This is for you.
Oh.
Yep. All right, time for our first active shooter intermission.
Oh, hold up. I gotta twist this top off. Like, my hands are not doing it. It's itty bitty.
God, this is so full.
Danimal, you're gonna... Don't virtually fuck me like Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
Salute. Oh. Yeah, that's better. That's better than the first one. Real quickly, why we're doing that, you might ask yourself, you guys don't normally pound a bunch of liquor on this show. You're absolutely right. I also do, full disclosure.
Joking.
But what we're doing is, it is summer. Lee and I are going fishing tomorrow. One of our favorite fucking wading spots. Cannot wait to get in there and fucking rip some lip. But we also have to do this podcast. Right now it is 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on a Friday night. And if you know anything about fishing, the good fishing is fucking too early in the morning for most people.
It's early as fuck, but
so
it makes it so worth it to be up.
We're going to get annihilated fast as fuck so we can pass out at a decent time, get up and go do our fishing.
I can't wait to fish. So everybody that's listening... If you don't fish, you're missing out.
Yeah, ripping lip, baby.
It is perfect.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
You can just be closer to a marine biologist than most people. You know what I mean? Than just most average citizens. You'd be like, I'm something of a marine biologist myself.
I've touched a fish.
I check the population, see how they're doing. See how the parasites are looking, see how that whole thing's going. Oh. So when this movie came out, I did originally watch this when it came out to like rent or whatever, but I'll be honest with you, man, 2010, I was drinking a lot.
It's been a minute.
I was abusing some other exotic substances. It was a long time ago. And I'll be frank with you, this is a movie that I remember coming out and me thinking, I bet that's not funny. And then some people I knew were like, it's actually pretty funny. And then I went, okay, and I rented it. And I remember putting it in and sitting down to watch it. And then I remember the feeling of after the movie, like, oh, that was actually funnier than I expected.
Right.
But I don't remember anything about it.
I don't remember like the actual reviews on this movie, but I do remember thinking
they're middling.
I loved,
as they are with most
I loved
comedies.
the comedy of the movie in general, and I loved the four main actors in the movie. I loved, like, they just fit the movie, and having John Cusack in a main character comedy.
Man, John Cusack is just doing what he does in High Fidelity.
Yeah.
He's playing the exact same character that he plays in High Fidelity. Only he's friends with Rob Corddry, Craig Robinson, and Clark Duke.
Yeah. He's I don't know if he's hilarious, but he sets the tone for everything else.
He's very good at being like brooding and obsessed. That's his that's his avenue, baby.
Well, I mean, he gets really brooding when his girlfriend dumps him and he thinks he's like, I should have dumped you. Like, this is not how this goes. And
God, I fucking love Rob Corddry, man. Rob Corddry's so funny to me.
He's hilarious. Like we were just talking, he's very underutilized. Like, he's in a lot of things, but like he's not in a lot of major things. What's that show on HBO with The Rock and Rob Corddry? Is it Ballers?
Ballers? That's a show. I don't know if that's the one or not.
Him and The Rock are the
that was really good. That shooter was really good. So we're having, what'd you have? You had a screwball shooter, which is like a peanut butter whiskey.
I've had a few.
And I had a half and half screwball peanut butter whiskey and half 99 bananas. I'm sure I'm not the first person to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and call it an Elvis Presley.
Yeah, the 99 bananas is 99 proof or some bullshit like that.
It might have lit you up just because of the the screwball's only 70 proof.
Oh, only.
Maybe that's hurting you.
Fuck
so
me.
if somebody that you knew was like me and had no idea really what the hot tub time machine was about, apart from, say, obviously a hot tub that lets you travel the non-linear form of time, what would you tell them that this movie was about in your own words without spoiling it, which I don't think you can do?
Yeah, you're not going to spoil a comedy. So let me this movie is about three friends with the fourth that's there. But
John Cusack's nephew.
His nephew. Three friends that grew up together. They got kind of mid-age and they're like middle-aged kind of shit. It kind of sucks.
Yeah,
it's
like
it's
early
not
40s.
Life didn't turn out the way I thought it would, right? Which I think everybody kind of feels. It's like,
becoming an adult is meeting in the middle.
So everybody in this movie is like meeting in the middle for real.
Yeah, and
then they get the opportunity. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Oh my god, I completely blanked there, Danny. Like,
I'm going to be honest with you. Jackson got here and we had several drinks before we ever came in here and got started. So what Jackson would tell his hypothetical friend in this hypothetical scenario is that four good friends get where they go back to an old hotel where they used to stay, where the town was popping. I'm already on a roll. Don't stop me.
I got you.
They get into a hot tub. They get fucking wasted. They spill shit on the thing, and then they go back in time, and it's 1986, and they're like, "Whoa, we're in our younger bodies, but we're in our regular bodies, but everybody else perceives us in our younger bodies. We got to do the same shit to get home."
Okay, yes, perfect. Except I wanted to add a few like little things to it. So midlife crisis, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Corddry, he tries to commit suicide.
He doesn't. It is literally an accident. He's just a fucking moron.
But he even said, he's like, I meant to. It's like, I tried to. It's like, really?
Does he?
Yeah, he
I
does.
must have missed that part.
He's like, I meant to. He's like, it kind of sucks. And it's about, friends kind of growing apart. And each friend, not really growing apart, but just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And like you 30s, 40s, you get to the point where you're like, I got to handle my own stuff.
It's a lot harder to reach out and connect with your friends when you're booked for the next 17, 18 days, 2.5 months. You know what I mean? Like when you've got a family and kids.
Wife and kids and you got shit to deal with, friends are like almost, at that point, they become second to what you got going on.
Yeah, it's more of a privilege than a right.
Yes.
When you're a youngster, that's all you got going on for you. So you lean on it real heavy, and then at one point you have to start leaning on other shit and doing other shit. And that's kind of what happens with these guys. They just kind of slowly grow apart. But one of them, Rob Corddry...
They all love each other, though.
Rob Corddry is constantly calling his other two friends, and they just don't ever answer.
He's like, why don't you love me? Basically.
Yeah, he
like,
does.
Like, I don't understand what happened. Like, you guys just moved on. And I'm still stuck here in
I get it.
A pile of shit.
He's so fucking toxic, and I love it.
He is toxic.
I love his fucking attitude. He's like, just everything. He's like, I just want to fucking do drugs and fucking get my rocks off and do my own thing. That is his characterization, and he is delightful. Like, it's good casting to get Rob Corddry as the guy who is always like, just like, God, I want to fuck something.
Yeah.
Ah! Like, I want to do a bunch of cocaine and get fucking wasted and fuck somebody.
He's the guy that never got the invitation or whatever. And he's like, everybody else moved on. Like, where did everybody go? He's the last one at the party.
He's the guy that's secretly why the party was good.
Why the party was good, but everybody else moved on from the party. And he's like, what the fuck? I'm still partying. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, the party was good. Just you guys have to come back to it.
Yeah.
It's a great characterization.
So that is really kind of the conceptualization of his kind of thought process.
Craig Robinson, he's a fucking dog groomer. He's a fucking dog groomer and a dog fitness trainer. I don't know, whatever he does. He works with dogs.
He was pulling
he's
keys
telling
out
us
of some
he's got
dog's
this
ass.
fat dog on a treadmill, and he's like, come on, you came to me. This ain't about losing weight. This is about life changes, lifestyle change. And then this other guy comes up and he's like, Craig, remember to tell the guy, what we talked about. And he walks up to the guy, he's like, Sup Dog. And that's the name of the company, is Sup Dog. So, Craig Robinson not killing it in his professional career.
It's almost like, okay, so it's a time travel movie.
Yeah.
Where people are living a normal life like me
John
and you.
John Cusack, what's his deal? He sells insurance. He's an insurance salesman, but he's really well
Everything's
off.
boring as shit, and everybody's like, this is what life turned out to be. And if you were to time travel backwards to your 19, 20-year-old person, what would your vision of yourself be?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where
they find themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, basically, it's
Craig Robinson, John Cusack, and fucking Rob Corddry, and that other guy. I mentioned his name. Let me mention it again. Dude. Clark Duke.
Let me
sounds like a fake name. That's why I can't remember.
It's very fake.
Yeah.
He's not a real person. Like, he even in the movie, he's a real person. But in the movie, the first interaction you have is Rob Corddry talking to him about playing a video game, about him playing a video game, trying to play life. Like, he's like, I'm in jail.
He's doing push-ups and shit.
He's like, I'm in jail right now. I gotta, like, do my time in jail. He's like, you're playing a game to play a game you're in jail in a game? It's not, like,
that you've already kind of lost.
But it's like a 24/7 game. Like, he's just in it. And it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Right.
I always love that part of the movie. I don't know. It's always funny
it's good shit. You're absolutely right. It is fucking good stuff. So you've got some pretty fun characterization. You got John Cusack. He's successful, but he's fucking miserable. His girlfriend just left him or whatever.
Yep.
You've got Craig Robinson. He's got a great love life, but his professional career is a shit show.
Well, in his love life, he gave his last name like a hyphen.
Yeah, he hyphenated his last name.
He's like his personal like preference of things is like,
yeah, he's like, oh, it's progressive.
this is weird.
Yeah, but
everybody's like, no, bro,
like,
you're
what the
weird, bro.
fuck? Yes, the weird reference, but yes, yeah, that part happens, and he has fucking, and then you've got Clark Duke, who is just John Cusack's nephew, and then you've got Rob Corddry, who you actually don't get any of his like life story really.
No,
it's kind of a miss, but
like he's the focal point.
You can tell that he's sad, he's depressed. Yeah, he's the focal point. He's the life of the party, but he's sad and he's depressed.
Yeah,
and he does attempt to kill himself. I guess. I mean, if he mentions it was deliberate, I thought it was just stupid.
No, he's like, I meant to do it. He's like,
but whether you're the life of the party or not, if you're feeling like you want to hurt yourself or you want to check out early. Talk to somebody. Talk to a professional. There's a phone number for that sort of thing in the show notes for this episode description. You can contact the National Suicide Hotline at 800-273-8255. Yeah, so stick around. You're more than the summation of shitty things that have happened so far.
Yeah, everybody deals with it. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, you'll be all right, baby.
You'll be all right. You got people. Whether you know it or not, you got people.
You got people. Start a podcast.
Yeah.
Start a podcast. Cry about it. That's what I do.
And go fishing in the morning.
Yeah, go fishing in the morning. Get up way too early where you're so hungover it feels like your head's full of bees and go fishing.
It's a great time.
It is a great time. God, I can't wait to be jigging that baby brush hog and just fucking rip some lip.
It's
been so long. I don't even know if I remember what it's like to catch a fish.
I've had a tough couple of years, honestly. I will say that.
I think I've gone fishing once in the last like 2.5 years.
No, I'm just saying personally with everything I've like in general, I've had a tough couple of years, and I haven't went fishing. Fishing is going to be like, I don't know, like
nature therapy,
like
that's how I think of it.
Cheesecake. I don't know. That's what I thought of.
I think going fishing and going mushroom hunting for me is like nature therapy.
It's like cheesecake.
I feel like a video game character, and I just ate a pie that was on the ground.
Like Zelda.
Like all my health bars and energy bars fill up. Yeah. So anyway, hot tub time machine. We got to stay on track. We got to stay. We actually don't have to stay on track.
We could talk all night.
All right.
About this
so
stuff.
the movie Hot Tub Time Machine. You can guess what happens. These guys go back in time and they're like, "Whoa, it's 1986, bro," and they're having a great time. And it's the 80s, and he's like, "Oh, come on, man." Free love, baby, and he's like, "No, that's the '60s. We just had fucking AIDS in the ass end of the Cold War.
It wasn't that great.
Yeah,
everybody was a dick in the '80s.
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't that great, bro.
No, so they look. I'm gonna give you the whole thing in like 2 minutes. I'm just gonna rush right through it, and then we'll just talk about the shit that we liked.
All right.
They go back in time. They decide collectively as a group, hey, we have to do all the same stuff we did last time we were here. Greg Robinson has to fuck a girl he didn't want to fuck because he's married now. He's a very romantic guy. John Cusack has to break up with the girl that he's dating, and Rob Corddry has to get the ever-living fuck beat out of him by a bunch of rando guys, including a young Sebastian Stan. So all this shit comes to fruition. Eventually, they get back in the hot tub time machine. They go back to present day. However, they create...
Well, Lou stays behind.
However, they have this big like buddy adventure. That's pretty much all it is. It's pretty much Back to the Future / Terminator / other time travel things.
I love this movie because it is so self like actualization of like they're aware. This movie is aware of itself.
Yeah, they
know like they're bullshitting to an extent, but to another extent they're calling out shit that's like, yeah, we get it. We're breaking the fourth wall or whatever. Yeah, that is one of my notes. Is like I love the fact where Craig Robinson's like, man, it's like a hot tub time machine. And they both look.
And then he breaks the fourth wall and looks at the camera. I love that shit, dude. I love it. I love it because it's subtle. They don't actually ever address it. He's just like I said, the title. I'm looking at you.
It's like,
you get it.
roll
You get it. You get it.
credits.
I get it. Let's do it.
Self-aware
So
as a comedy, so it's great.
What were some of your favorite parts about this?
Oh man, I really like this movie.
I get it, Jackson. You like it.
No, I'm trying to think here.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Did you rewatch it? Okay.
I just watched it before I got here. There was a very specific like scene. I was like, because of its summer movie, like I was like, I want to like hit on that.
Well, I like the Craig Robinson where he gets up and he's doing the jam. What song was he doing?
You got it started, or
Let's get it started.
Or,
Yeah,
the Black Eyed Peas song.
Let's get it started. And Craig Robinson, I think, is a great performer. Have you ever seen Beverly Loughlin?
I have no idea who that is.
It's a movie where Craig Robinson plays a guy who's mute.
A mute? No, it sounds like
it's a weird. It's
sounds
like
a very
it's a weird
mime movie.
It's a weird black comedy, and it is pretty funny because all these women swoon over him, and he's just like, like he just grunts. Like that's all of his lines.
So let me. I want to say what I love about this movie is they go back in time. They play all the tropes of a time travel movie at first,
and they're 80s mountain rules, baby.
They're just like they're calling it out. They're saying like Terminator, like this is Terminator, this is this is that, and they're like, but they don't know what it is. And then they have a guide. Chevy Chase is their guide. And I love that he's there and he's so not there.
That's a fun recast because Chevy Chase is in it. I think they got him to film this for like, I don't know, an hour or two.
Yeah.
He just came in and he's like, ooh, he did like 2 scenes and he's out.
One of the funniest scenes is when he calls the kid, he's like, get off me, young lady.
Yeah. He calls him a lady twice and he's like, what the fuck? Yeah,
because he has long hair. He's
funny.
Like, "Get off me, young lady."
Yeah, Clark Duke. He's like, "Ma'am, keep your, remain calm, ma'am."
But he that's I don't know. I can't remember any other character like Chevy Chase in it's a very original character that he's like a guide, but he's a joke. I'm on the border of calling this a cameo and not a role. Yeah,
because man, it's almost like Brad Pitt in Deadpool 2. He's just in it for... Or Deadpool 1? That's Deadpool 1 that Brad Pitt's in. He's the Vanisher. He's the invisible guy. He's in it for like a second.
Well, I think Chevy Chase
is in it for longer than that, but
because you keep going back to him.
I bet you Chevy Chase is in that movie less than 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah. I bet he's in it for less than 3 full minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So the part that I really like is they're like, all right, we think we know what time travel is. We're going to do this time travel.
Oh, God,
movie.
they butchered time. They butchered
they're like,
time
butterfly
travel.
effect, Terminator. They're like, all right, we're going to figure this out. And none of them figure it out. They go back to their past and they're like, my life could be so much fucking better if I would just change a couple things. And all of them decide to like...
If I would just invest in Apple.
Well, all of them are like, at first, they're all like, hey, let's decide to do what we were supposed to do in 1986. Mm-hmm. This night in the mountains of Colorado, I guess, where they're snowboarding and skiing. Let's make sure that we just do exactly what we're supposed to do.
I love the way they go skiing. Like when they first
get
there, they don't even know they're in 1986. They jump off the mountain, they ski down, they wipe out, and they all get up and they're like, man, actually, I feel fucking great. It's weird. This should really be fucking my shit up, but I feel fucking amazing right now after drinking all night, like blackout drunk. Yeah. Doing drugs and shit. They're having a wild time.
My body doesn't hurt. Like, what is this? This is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So when they realize, they go back and they're like, oh, we're time traveling. All right, we got to adhere to time travel rules, which they try to at first. And then they're like, you know what? My life in the future sucks. Fuck this.
Right.
I'm going to change some shit.
Right.
So all John Cusack, Rob Corddry, and Craig Robinson, all of them are like, you know what? I don't really want to do this. I'm gonna do my own thing, and that's how the movie is structured. They do their own thing. I guess predestination.
Predestination, yes,
Is what it's
that
called.
would be what you would call it. And I mean, I guess really the big moral, like what happens on this overarching theme is John Cusack runs into Lizzie Kaplan, who you might also know from The Interview or Now You See Me, any of the Now You See Me movies, Inside Job. She's in Cloverfield.
She's in a lot then. She's like kind of under the radar person too then.
So her and John Cusack hook up, and then when they go back to the present day,
They're together.
They figured it out or whatever. That's the big overarching theme. I
So-
tell you what I liked about this.
Let me tell you my favorite part of the movie.
Please, I'm
My
pins and
favorite part of the
needles.
movie is when they jump off the mountain and they snowboard down and ski or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they get back to the hotel lodge and they realize like something's off here, man.
The bellhop has an arm.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. The bellhop. Okay, that is my favorite part. But let me back up. Like the bellhop is probably my favorite part.
He's
But
good, yeah.
I guess my second part is where they're all like getting into this hotel lodge. Everybody's partying, kind of like it's a vibe, and it's an 80s vibe. And they're like, they all feel like they fit in, but then they're like, "Hon, what? Like, why does my body not hurt?" And then they're like, why is this that way?" And it's like, why am I hearing specific 80s music on the radio? And then they kind of start to tie everything together.
Yeah. The bellhop is played by Kristen Glover, by the way.
We'll get
yeah.
there because he is perfect. But in the their 80s theme, they all start to realize like, what the fuck is going on? This isn't 2010, whatever. Like,
yeah,
everybody's dressed weird. It's like, is this an 80s day? Like, what is this? And
when he's like,
they're all
Craig Robinson grabs that lady in the lobby. He's like, "What color is Michael
Yes,
Jackson?"
that
She's
is-
like he looks at him like he's insane, and she's like, "Black." He's like, "Oh my god."
that line right there is like the line of like, how do you figure out time travel? What color is Michael Jackson to you?
Yeah, that's a good through line.
It's like, really? It's like, that's what you went for? And that's what he threw him off the ledge. He's like, holy shit, he's white or he's black in your time. Not in my time. I just thought that was hilarious. But like the whole 80s vibe when they got into there and like they heard some like men at work.
Yeah.
Men at work music playing.
You know, Michael Jackson didn't go white. His dermatologist said he had been diagnosed with
Yeah, it's a weird situation.
Vitiligo? Maybe I don't know. I'll go with that in 1986. So it was the year.
In
that
86 was the
happened,
year?
that he
Holy
got
shit.
diagnosed with it. So he must
Wow.
have just started getting a little bit lighter. But man, the nose surgery and the whole 9 yards that he went with that shit,
That's crazy.
he came out looking like a very different cat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for real. Like, just like when they realize that they're actually in the 80s, it's the Russian, like, Cold War. Like, they really put you in the 80s. It's like,
Yeah.
It's kinda nice.
The
It's like,
aftermath of the Cold War. Yeah, it's good stuff. I liked it, man. I'll be honest with you. I liked it a whole lot more than I expected to like it, which is really refreshing. I tend to like movies, though. I'm like a really soft critic because I like most things.
yeah.
But it is really difficult to get a 10 out of me. That being said,
Hold on.
How many-
Before we get there.
okay.
Before we get there.
You got one more thing?
The guy who you expect to lose his arm the entire time. What's his name?
Oh, the bellhop, Crispin Glover.
Crispin Glover plays Back to the Future, the dad, right? Yes.
No.
Yes. Look it up. He is the dad.
Oh, he's the young dad from Back to the Future?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
that always tripped me up because I was like, someone told me that, and I was like, what? That guy is the same
OG
guy.
movie?
Yes, he is. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, he sure is. He's George McFly.
Yeah, George McFly is the bellhop in Hot Tub Time Machine. And it's
wild.
It is wild when you realize, like, holy shit, he's got a broad fucking spectrum. Like, he hasn't aged, apparently.
Yeah, so if your thumbs were little, I mean, the easy cop out
let's
would
do
be
arms. Let's do arms, because
no, it's thumbs. It's a thumb rating.
Yeah, but I was waiting for George McFly to lose an arm the entire time.
I know you do. How about if your thumbs were George McFly's arms? So you got little arm thumbs that have their own individual hands, but you have 10 of them. Instead of fingers, you have 10 thumbs. You're all thumbs.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
each of those thumbs is actually George McFly's arms from the movie Back to the Future.
I would give this...
do you get the visual? I get the visual every time. Every time we do an episode, I'm like,
like Dane just explained that way too well. It's so weird.
Yeah. That's what I'm known for, is over-explaining things that aren't necessary.
I love it, though. It's great.
How many of those would you give this out of 10?
This movie is a 9 out of 10 for me.
9 out of 10 for you? I'm going to go 8.
I love it.
I'm going to go 8. I had a really fun time with this. I'll be honest with you. I was like, when you picked it, I was like, oh, man. And then I sat down and I went to go watch it, and I was like, this is actually very funny. So I liked it, man. I had a great time with it. This is going to be, if I can find a discounted version of this on Blu-ray anywhere, I'm going to pick this up, and this is going to be a regular in my house.
This is just a movie that you can put on and laugh at, like certain scenes.
Yeah, just a beer drinking buddy comedy. So as if this one wasn't good enough, we're about to go watch the sequel.
Yep.
Which is much more poorly reviewed, but neither of us have seen it.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. So we're going to go check that out. We will be right back. Here's a fake word from our fucking sponsors. Let's do some shooters. I know typically this is where we would put the fake ad spot that we always make, and we're going to get right back to that just for like 1 or 2 episodes until the catalog's caught up. We've set up a couple of things in case you want to help the show. We are now on Buy Me a Coffee. So if you want to chuck in a couple of bucks, it just helps us to do the show. It's all going right back into marketing and for us to get free shit to give out. But that link is buymeacoffee.com/itsjusttwomovies. We also have included a Amazon affiliate link. Look, I'm not a huge fan of Bezos, but, if you're doing shopping on Amazon anyway, click our link first and we get a kickback. It just goes right back into the show. So those are some very easy ways that you can help out the podcast. I am kind of padding for time right now, though. We do have some stickers, some very cool stickers that we got in recently. I do have a limited supply, but if you would like some, shoot me an email itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com. Just shoot me your name and address, and if I've got any left, I'll go ahead and ship you some, because why the hell not? So normally we would have the fake ad spot here, but we want to keep the summer break episodes nice, short, and breezy. So I will paste one in, and anyway, you can get back to the show.
Shake it the bow, shake it the bow, shake it the bow, shake it the bow, shake it the bow.
Fucking Trick Stevens here. Hey, what's up? It's fucking Trick Stevens here. What are you doing?
Hey Trick, today we're going to be testing out the all-new...
I don't fucking care which one it is.
iPhone Wiener. We're going to test out the new iPhone Wiener.
That's fine.
It's a
Can
wiener.
I touch it?
It's a wiener. It's made by iPhone. Yeah, you got to put it in you.
Okay. What's it do?
And then test that product.
Hey, listen, I'm the bad boy at product testing, so I don't need this shit. Just get straight with me. Okay. What the fuck does this? What does your product do? You know what I mean?
You just gotta read the user manual out loud.
What's your name? What's your name, son?
Split. Trevens. Nope. Tom Brokaw. It's Tom Brokaw.
Shake it the bow, shake it the bow, shake it the bow, shake it the bow, shake it the bow.
Fucking Trick Stevens here.
We're back. Hot Tub Time Machine 2. What a ride. Wow. Imagine this.
Without John Cusack.
Imagine this. It's the same movie that we just watched, only another time.
You know, I really appreciate it, though.
Well, there's a lot to appreciate of a 2015 comedy sci-fi film, hour 39 runtime. 5.10 5 out of 10 on IMDb.com, 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oof. 3.6 out of 5 on
Holy
Voodoo.
shit, that's bad.
70% of Google users like this. 70% of Google users liked this movie. This stars all the same people that we were just talking about, plus Adam Scott and Gillian Jacobs.
Well, I mean, there's not really John Cusack. He's not in here.
No, yeah, John Cusack's not in this at all, which is fine.
But yeah,
it's fine. Look, here's the deal with Hot Tub Time Machine 2. Full tilt spoilers.
Yeah,
I don't care.
It
Doesn't matter. Me and Jackson are wasted. We've been doing fucking shooters all night.
All night.
We're pretty fucking lit.
However, Danny's been virtually fucking people all night.
I've been virtually butt fucking people.
I was gonna throw me in there. I was like, I can't do it.
It's been super socially awkward, but we're getting through it. It's a joke because it's what happens in this movie. Somebody, Craig Robinson virtually fucks Adam Scott.
Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Virtually.
Yeah. So,
all right, Danny, hold on.
Let's run through this real quick.
Let me ask you.
I'm gonna interject. Here's what's going on. Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
That's what I was going to ask you.
It's an alternate future where they have used their knowledge of the past to gain wealth in the future. So instead of Google, it's Lugal. Instead of Motley Crue, it's Motley Lou. So Rob Corddry has become very rich and famous. And Craig Robinson has just stolen... He's just stolen music from every other musician that was great.
He has no creative ideas.
He's been stealing other people's top 10 Billboard chart hits.
What's the young kid's name?
Rob Corddry gets shot in the dick.
Oh yeah, he does.
And he's like about to die. They get in the hot tub time machine. It's like an emergency hot tub time machine, present day. And yeah, they're fucking doing it, baby.
Yeah, they think jumping in the hot tub time machine is going to fix everything. Like
instead of going to the past, they go to the future.
Exactly. So like Rob Corddry's bleeding out through his dick.
So Clark Duke saved the company of Lugal. Yeah, and Rob Corddry's bleeding out through his dick. God. Man, when they put him in that hot tub, I'm like, this is a recipe for disaster.
They just kept going.
Look, as your friend, if you get shot in the dick, don't get into a hot tub. That is like straight up the worst place you could be.
Rob Corddry was having the time of his life doing cocaine, drugs, everything he could possibly do. He's like, I feel alive, and then like the next 30 seconds, he's dead.
And then he gets shot in the dick, and then he's dead.
So
I like the scene where he's dead, where he's like very obviously dead. I like that. I thought that was really funny stuff.
It cracked me up.
So it's the same shenanigans, same guys, back to the same shenanigans, doing the same shit, but
no John Cusack. We get Adam Scott instead.
Yeah, you get Adam Scott, and Adam Scott, he's just he's
pretty great. Honestly, for what he does, he's pretty great.
Yeah, it's a good characterization.
He
for him.
is a Boy Scout turned adult. I don't know how else to explain that. And then once he meets Rob Corddry and
no, it's a pretty good way to put it. I'm liking that.
Rob Corddry and the rest of the gang, like he meets them. He's their cousin or something like that. And then he gets introduced to the reality basically through like
pretty much, yeah, via that avenue.
Like they put a future, like they're in the future, so it's not like a hot tub. They expected to go a hot tub time machine backwards, and they went hot tub time machine forwards. And in the future, drugs are given to you through a
couple of things. I'm gonna start this out with a couple of things I didn't like.
What the fuck is that? It's like a.
I'm gonna start this out with a few things I didn't care for. Number one, the way that they approach time not crazy about
It was very confusing.
because they're like, oh, it doesn't matter, and it's just whatever, and like I kind of appreciate that to a certain
I
point,
appreciate it because
but also I appreciate it to make sense. Like I like it when it just makes sense.
I appreciate it because it's a
Or
comedy.
make
and they
enough
kinda
sense,
shit on it.
like Spider-Man No Way Home. Have you seen Spider-Man No Way Home?
Yeah.
Okay, but they're like it's not concrete, but just don't worry about it. Like they did that in a really good way, this I feel like they're like they try to explain it and they do such a bad job because somebody else was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm bankrolling Hot Tub Time Machine 2. Make it happen.
I would agree with that. I would agree that they tried to make it happen, but they did make it happen to a sense where it was like, all right, it's a comedy. We can be stupid about it, and it would still make sense.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like they put a nice like a nice bow on top of a 2-movie series or whatever. It's like we can't do this forever. Let's just wrap it up, and that's all we got. So
Yeah.
I think I appreciated that they kind of tried to wrap it up at the very least. You know what I mean?
It was they made an attempt to button it up.
Yeah,
But you know what?
You missed very bad on
Surprise active shooter, Jackson.
Animal?
There you go.
I can do it.
Here you go.
That is way too fucking much.
Do you want this one instead?
I mean, they're the same.
Yeah, I know. It's half a shooter because they're angled, so you know the volume. Half of a shooter doesn't. It looks like 3/4 of a shooter, but it's not. Do it for the pod, Jackson. 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 Hey!
I want a fish.
Oh, that is not great. Whew. Jackson, you're a soldier among men. Look at you, just soldiering on.
Waking up at
God
6
damn
a.m.
it.
Fucking
Yeah, we
fish
are
fucking
getting up
at
at
it.
we are getting
Fish
up
don't
at
even
6 a.m.
fucking know. They don't even know.
They don't even know. They're in there and they're swimming in their little fucking pools.
They're
and
happy.
they're
like
loving it.
making their beds.
And then tomorrow
It's
they'll be like,
mm.
wow, look at this huge meal right in front of my face. Glop.
And they get yanked out of their fucking livelihood. Like, this is a new world. Sorry, you're dead.
Jackson and I catch and return.
I'm joking. I mean, not really, but
We catch and release, in case you're wondering.
I don't. I catch and kill everything.
You catch and kill? I don't. I catch and release
I'm
everything.
joking. I don't know.
Okay. I was like, weird. I've only seen you do that like maybe once.
No, if we start off...
If we're going to do a fry-up or something, yeah, absolutely. But
If we start
for
off
the most part,
hot...
you and I just catch and release.
Yeah, but if we start off hot and it's like, damn, Dana, we caught like two pounders right off the bat. We kind of have to keep.
Smallmouth bass fishing in the state of Missouri is it's an incredible thing.
It's one of the greatest
really
things
is.
you can possibly do.
Yeah.
Honestly, you wake up in the morning and it's hot. It's already hot. Missouri's fucking hot and miserable when in the summer it's humid. And you just
look up fucking Jason not Alexander. Jason Bateman talking about Missouri, like when they were filming Ozarks. He's like, God damn,
it is.
I did not know it could get this hot in Missouri. It's fucking gets gross, man.
It is annoying. Like this week was like the first week for whatever reason. Like
you can walk outside, the air has a flavor.
It's like I just walked into Satan's butthole or something. It's like it is annoying as shit. But like if you were to walk out in Nevada in 110 degrees, you're like, it's hot out here. But you would not feel miserable.
In Missouri, you can't breathe.
You're like, holy shit! What the fuck is what is in my lungs?
Why is the air textured?
It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, very, very muggy, gross in the summertime. Just gross. That's the adjective
really
I would choose. Yeah,
gross,
nasty. But about things that aren't nasty, Hot Tub Time Machine 2, they're going to the future. They're in the future. They're trying to figure out who shot Rob Corddry in the dick because he's a rich asshole. And he's just being an asshole. He gets shot in the dick and maybe he dies, but they get in the Hot Tub Time Machine to buy him some time. And they're going to find his killer.
I do appreciate
the
bow they put on this.
What do you think about this? Like what
I didn't expect much out of this.
How does this stack up to Hot Tub Time Machine number 1?
That's a good question. It's not there.
Like we know it's not. But let's say Hot Tub Time Machine is 100%.
Well, I will say for a sequel of a original movie, pretty original, I would think.
Yeah.
It is up there as far as a sequel, like that doesn't have a trilogy. Like, yeah. It's only 2 movies. I feel like in a sequel they wrapped it up pretty nice. Like we're not doing any more. Like we're not doing any more after this second one. We're done.
They kind of left it open-ended, like John Cusack might come back for Hot Tub Time Machine 3. Did they? At the beginning, but really that whole bit should have been cut. Because it just was like...
I feel like they closed the loop.
Obviously he's not coming back unless they still do another one. Is Hot Tub Time Machine 3 still in the works? Who knows?
By the way, John Cusack is a B-rated actor that should be an A+ rated actor on every movie. Yes.
I think a lot of stuff he's in is bad.
He is a great actor.
He's in a couple of really amazing things.
He's a great actor. If you
watch... For me, like, what's your favorite John Cusack flick? For me, it's High Fidelity.
That's a good one. Damn, I'm too drunk to say.
High Fidelity is probably the last time that I found John Cusack relatable.
He is a great actor that has been underutilized. I feel like, or he's been utilized, but like he has not been paid top A performance for his acting performance.
I can see that.
Is that a fair statement?
Yeah. I feel like that's fresh enough anyway. Well, so what'd you like about this? Like, what were your favorite parts of this? Because I can tell you, for me, a lot of the stuff that I liked about this is just written jokes. They're not storyline driven. They're just like, hey, here's a joke.
Yeah, so
here's a joke. Isn't this funny?
One of the
look at this. I'm gonna make some jokes about it. Yeah. Here we go. Bing bang boom.
One of the funniest things about the sequel part of it is Craig Morgan has a bigger piece of this movie.
Who the fuck is Craig Morgan?
Is he not a fucking...
Craig Robinson?
What a... I was thinking, yeah.
Craig Robinson?
Craig Morgan's a country singer, apparently. But yes.
Craig Morganson. If you're out there, write us at itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com.
Damn it, Craig.
And It's Just Two Movies on Twitter, Instagram, or any other social network platforms. We're also on Twitter.
I love you.
And fucking Facebook and YouTube. By the way, if you're on YouTube, leave a like if you get this far.
Seriously, Craig, you fucked Adam Scott. Like, virtually.
Yeah, in the butt.
But honestly...
And he came.
He did.
He made a note. He's like, nobody ejaculated inside of anybody. And he's like, I ejaculated inside
I love that they brought, like, the first part of them, like, it was almost 2 movies. Like, it was good because they brought the part where...
It's good because this podcast is called It's Just Two Movies.
Exactly. Like, they brought where Rob Corddry had to suck the other guy's dick.
Craig Robinson's in the
dick,
first one?
In the first one.
Yeah.
And then they flipped it
and
around.
The second
where
one, they're like,
Craig Robinson's
Rob
like,
Corddry's got to get fucked by Craig Robinson.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I appreciate that comedy.
Man,
it's good.
I think Rob Corddry is such a fucking sleeper, dude. He can do anything.
He
can do sleazy. He can do comedy. He can do super rude. He can do overly nice. I think Rob Corddry is a fucking great actor, and I've liked him in lots of stuff. He was on several episodes of Harmontown, which is another audio podcast which has ended. So that's a thing you can actually start and finish, unlike this podcast that I will make until I'm in my 60s or dead.
60s, damn, Danny, I can't go that long.
Yeah, damn, you don't have to. You don't have to, because I'm the one making the podcast. You can just kind of tap out whenever you want.
No, I'm gonna be here for the long run.
Good.
So
That's good.
y'all get to hear my annoying voice, and
You guys love it.
you
fucking love it.
I'm just gonna
though.
like bombard the fucking show and be like, "Hey, Danny, I'm coming."
So Hot Tub Time Machine 2, they're going to the future. They're fucking shit up, and they're fixing stuff and doing things. How many?
So I gave.
I think one of my favorite parts of this is Adam Scott.
He represents the goody two shoes of like, seriously, get the fuck out of here. Like, seriously, like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
Like,
dude. And they're just like, here, take acid for 24 hours.
and you give him acid, and he's like, hey, have you ever thought your life was a lie? He's like, well, he tells his wife, or he
man.
tells his fiance.
No shit, man. Get your brain melted, bro.
He tells his fiance that the night before they get married. Well, that's probably the wrong thing to say, but you're probably right.
She fucks Lou, played by Rob Corddry.
Yeah.
So, spoiler, he goes back in time to kill Rob Corddry.
Shoots him in the dick.
By shooting him in the dick with a
shotgun. That's a main artery. You
and
motherfuckers, you ever try to shoot somebody in the dick? That's a main artery.
That's
so
not.
fuck
Your femoral artery is in your leg, not in your dick.
But it's still a main artery.
It's the main.
I'm not a doctor, but don't shoot me in the dick.
It's the main vein. Don't get me wrong.
Don't shoot me in the dick. You assholes.
So he gets shot in the dick. They go back in time to stop the killer. That's what this whole movie's about. It's a murder mystery. But then eventually they're like, oh, Rob Corddry fucked his wife on the day of their wedding. So that's why Adam Scott went back in time to shoot Rob Corddry in the dick. But then Rob Corddry goes back in time, just in time for the dick shooting, and he's like, hey, listen, I'm a real piece of shit. I'll shoot me in the dick. I'll tell you what, because I'm such a fucker.
I wanted to kill myself in the first movie.
Yep.
I'll take a bullet to the dick right now. He's like, I got it.
And he will.
He's like,
yeah, so that's pretty
There's
much how
also
much
a killer car in the.
What'd you think about this as a I wouldn't even say it's a bad movie, just as like you and me sitting down drinking some beers, having a couple of shooters.
I thought I expected worse, honestly, because
I also expected
worse because John Cusack was not going to be in it. But
I don't care about John Cusack. Like, he's kind of a one note. I like John Cusack, but he was very one note. He had a one character thing, and it lasted for X amount of years, and then he couldn't really expand on it. So I'm not really missing out on it.
I kind of see what you're saying, but like my first expectation of that sequel was, oh no, John Cusack. Weird. It's gonna be bad.
I did like the way they're like, oh, when they're talking to Adam Scott's wife, and then he's like, oh, they came here in some sort of a jacuzzi time machine, and she's like, oh, I bet you guys came here in a hot tub time machine too.
Yeah,
and they do the third wall break, and everybody looks at the camera, and they're like, huh, everybody, you like that?
So like the first movie, Craig Robinson's the only one that looks at the camera. In the second movie, everybody.
I know that me liking the third wall break, the fourth wall break isn't very Artur of me.
Whatever.
I know that.
Like, whatever. Fuck y'all.
I don't give a shit.
Fuck y'all. We like
I don't give a shit. In Hot Tub Time Machine 2, it's well done. So go fuck yourself.
It's a good time.
Yeah,
it's a fun bit. They make fun of themselves.
They all acknowledge it. They're like, we're all here doing this. This is our work day.
It's like we're trying to make money.
Yeah, I had a fun time with that. I like that bit.
Craig Robinson is a funny motherfucker.
Craig Robinson is a funny motherfucker. We started watching that, and you're like, whoa, man, is he dead?
No, I was thinking of damn, I don't want to say the thought that I think his name is, so never mind.
He's in a show called Killing It, which I watched recently. I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast or not, but Craig Robinson is in a show called Killing It where he lives in Florida and he's trying to make X amount of dollars to, you know what? I'm going to roll this to the next segment of the show.
Hey, what you watching?
What you watching?
So I'm watching this. I had watched this show called Killing It with Craig Robinson.
Hold on. Did we cut that?
Yeah, we did.
All right, we cut that.
Yeah, so I've been watching this show called Killing It with Craig Robinson, where he's trying to start a saw palmetto farm.
A palmetto? Like, is that a flower?
Straw palmetto. It's a berry that helps with erectile dysfunction.
Oh, it's Viagra.
He's trying to do that, but he lives in Florida and money's hard to come by.
Of
so
course,
he starts.
It's Florida.
So he enters into a wild python killing competition. Like however many like just snakes you can kill in Florida. And the winner gets X amount of dollars, which he needs to start his saw palmetto farm. It's fucking great show. I think Craig Robinson is fucking hilarious in it. His cohort, played by Claudia Doherty, also extremely charming. It's a very, very funny show. Is it blowing your doors off? No, but it is also funny and probably a thing you've not seen before. So if you're into comedy and you like Craig Robinson's brand of comedy, it's probably a good show to check out.
If you don't like Craig Robinson, like, who the fuck are you?
A bold statement, Jackson. If you don't like Craig Robinson, who the fuck are you? Right? It says it's just 2movies@gmail.com.
Are you?
At It's Just Two Movies on Twitter or Instagram. At It's Just Two Movies on YouTube or other places. There's all kinds of places. Google it. You'll figure it out.
So
you got it. You're a very bright individual. I think you got it.
Yeah, you don't.
I think you're doing a great job.
You have a very bad taste of fucking things. Anyway, not you, but Danimal.
No, I have bad taste in things. Continue.
Shit, I lost my fucking train of thought.
Good, man.
God damn.
What you been watching, Jackson?
What you been watching?
Been getting into anything unusual? Any new animes?
Not really. It's been weird. Like it's been a weird time in I don't know, life. It's weird. I don't know how else to explain it. Like things are weird now. Like as far as people, I don't understand some people. I'm why do you think that fashion of thinking?
Oh yeah, that's a unusual thing. When you see other people in a professional or personal capacity, and you're like, they make a very bold judgment call, and you're like, that seems way off.
I feel like a lot of things are left field right now. Like a lot of things are just way out there. I'm like, how did you get that far off of? I feel like people are way off. I don't know. It's weird. What are you saying?
No, that's it. We're just doing the segment.
What you watching? Yeah. I've been watching. The last thing I really kind of watched was just the first part of Stranger Things.
Oh, nice. You
caught up?
Yeah.
You caught up? I was going to send you something the other day, and I was like...
This is all spoilers, by the way, for Stranger Things.
I was going to send you something the other day, and I was like, I don't know if Danny's caught up. I can't send him this.
No, I'm caught up. I liked it very much. I like the new villain. I like the direction they're going, directorially speaking.
I like that they kind of grew the adultism. I don't know if that's what it's called.
Man, it's so weird because if you go back and watch season 2, you're like, how the fuck is this the same show? Season
get darker.
Season 2 was weak as fuck. This new season is more heavily leaning into horror as far as Stranger Things goes, and I'm all about it. Lean into that horror, lean into that weird fucking there's a monster that fucks with you in unforeseen ways. I love it.
I will say it's more like a live action anime that started you off where like people were like, "Oh, I'm just a like a normal kid that doesn't have any powers or whatever," but I got to battle like I know there's like dark stuff out there, and then you get to season 3s of that anime, and it's like, holy shit, they got really dark, and that's where I feel like this went, and they just embraced it. Like I feel like they really embraced the dark side of it.
I feel like they really embraced the fact that the younger Byers brother, his haircut makes his head look like a penis. They really embraced that. They really got into it. Yeah, he's got that bowl cut that just makes him look like a big dickhead.
I mean, he does. I mean, like he has to be part of the show, but it's like, man.
Well, I think he's.
He has to, like,
I think
14
they're
words.
leaning into he's obviously gay, which whatever.
Are they?
But when that girl's like she's playing footsies with him, that really attractive girl, and she's like, and he's like, no, don't touch my foot. I'm not into that. Kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like and then also is just his haircut. He's been rocking the penis.
He's got the bowl cut.
He's been rocking the penis haircut for a long time. The circumcised
like you can't go to
penis
high
haircut.
school with that haircut.
No, he's got the circumcised penis haircut.
What I do,
you can't do that.
I really respect about the show, like Stranger Things 4. Like I really respect that they went hard at what the 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, middle school, high school was like. It was no holds fucking bar.
No,
like,
they did a good job of that.
Like today's version of, oh, that kind of hurts. Like that kind of hurts me.
Yeah.
Like blah blah blah. No. Stranger Things sit and they said, all right, we're gonna go at it. We're gonna go exactly how it was. Like we're gonna go and say some shit that you do not feel comfortable with because that is exactly how it was.
People are dropping some hard F-bombs and are they dropping any hard N-bombs? I don't think so.
I don't know if it was, most likely they did, but I'm just saying it was like they went after the person. Like if you were that person's enemy of a popular person or whatever, they went after you and they didn't have emotions. An empathy emotion. They're like, all right, I'm going at you.
They're doing good. It's good characterization.
It's so good. I
like
loved
it.
it.
It's a good villain. You know what I mean?
Like I feel like the 80s to 90s to where we are now.
Let me tell you what I've been up to.
Oh man,
I started watching Altered Carbon show on Netflix. I watched 3 episodes of it. Pretty good show. You know, I know it's well revered, but I just never watched it for whatever reason. So I got into it this week, and I was enjoying it. It's a good show.
No, I saw you post a couple of things on Instagram about it, and I was like, I haven't seen that yet. I was like, I should probably watch it.
It's good.
What's it about?
It's a world where your consciousness, so everything that makes you, is in a little tiny disc. And it gets implanted in the first vertebrae in your skull. So your skin that you live in is literally just called a sleeve, and you can shed your sleeve whenever you want and get into a new one. But it's about a guy who was almost like a precognate warrior. In a previous age, he's been dead for 250 years, and they bring him back to solve a murder mystery.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That gets kind of like out there. I like things that really expand my thinking. Like
same. No,
like,
I'm into that.
I didn't really think of that could happen.
Yeah,
let's go down that rabbit hole.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a wild concept, but it's a good show and it's well acted. It's the guy that plays Rick Flag in the Suicide Squad movies.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Starting out,
I watched like
evidently season
half
2
of it, and I was done.
At some point, he's changed into Anthony Mackie, but I'm a big fan of Anthony Mackie, so I like that.
I like Anthony Mackie. I despise DC. I really do. I'm sorry, they suck.
DC?
Yeah.
DC what?
Comics.
DC.
Like
you despise DC Comics?
Like verse
You hate
Marvel?
like Superman and Batman and shit?
Like they have no structures.
For their movies.
Like,
You're talking about seriously, like specifically cinema?
Bro, it pisses me off. Like it's.
Are you talking about just cinema? Or are you talking about okay?
No, I'm not comic books.
I was like, because I would argue that Batman and Superman comics are like, man, they're great.
Not comic books, movie, theatrical situations.
Okay, I get that.
They fuck that all. Like Sony fucked DC.
Man, they have dropped the ball a lot of times to watch another company do it successfully for a really long time,
and not
they still don't get it
and not adjust like their scheme. It's like,
have you seen those Venom movies? They're like very mediocre.
I like Venom,
and I love Venom. He's a great villain.
But like,
however, he's just
together.
Like his
tie it together. Come on.
His thing about being a villain is that he is so bad at just being what he's supposed to be that he's also a bad villain.
Well,
but they don't shine the spotlight on what a piece of shit he is. They shine the spotlight on fucking like, oh well, we got Tom Hardy for this, so don't even worry about it.
Yeah, it's frustrating. DC, like, they frustrate they just frustrate me. Like they have good movies, and then they have they have shit movies. Like
I think honest to God, to date, DC's best movie canon is Wonder Woman, and their second best movie is Suicide Squad, whichever one was directed by James Gunn, which
is not a very high standard.
Have you seen that?
I love James Gunn.
Have you seen that one?
I love
the one that James Gunn directed with Peacemaker and all that shit?
I've seen Wonder Woman.
It'll turn you around.
I've seen Wonder Woman.
No, Wonder Woman's great. Wonder Woman is a great comic book movie.
It's a solid movie.
Yeah.
For real. A solid movie. I don't know if I'd watch it a ton, but it's a solid movie. But
have you seen the James Gunn Suicide Squad?
I haven't seen this.
My God. It's the best DC movie that's ever been made.
Okay, I need to watch it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, obviously, Joker's good. We're going to tackle Joker on the podcast someday. It's not going to be today. I think we might wait and hold out and see how the Joker sequel, Folie à Deux, see how that turns out. And if it turns out that it's bad, then we'll just do Joker and then Joker Folie à Deux.
Have you been, is there anything on the horizon that you're looking at?
My God, I'm pretty excited to watch. I know one or two episodes are out of it now, but I'm pretty excited to watch Miss Marvel because Miss Marvel is geared specifically towards a young teen audience, and I have a young teen child.
There you go.
So I'm excited to watch that with her because it's like, you don't see a lot of brown superheroes. And you really don't.
You don't.
Which is unfortunate because a lot of them have rich and fucking incredible storylines. But that's what Miss Marvel aims to tackle. And so far, I've heard that it's going very well. Like everybody, all the reviews that I have seen for Miss Marvel are good. But I haven't watched any of it yet. I'm also not going to yet.
Have you watched Spider-Verse?
I have.
The Verse. What am I talking about here?
Into the Spider-Verse?
No. Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Multiverse of Strange. What the fuck is it?
Multiverse of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Whatever. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I went and watched it twice.
Don't spoil.
Here's no spoilers. It's directed by Sam Raimi, who did the first 3 Spider-Man movies, like with Tobey Maguire.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got his... Sam Raimi is kind of like Guillermo del Toro in the way that he has a very distinctive look and feel to his films. And I thought it was fine. I also thought it could have been better. Like, I thought there was a better directorial choice for it, for the same movie.
Fair.
However, I did like it.
Okay.
If I had to give it Spider-Man thumbs, I'd give it like 8.5. But it could have been much better considering Spider-Man is one of the most endearing and interesting characters to ever cross the pages of comic books.
Yeah, you can't really
Right.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You can't compare Spider-Man to anybody else.
Hey, open your mouth.
You guys aren't gonna start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's call that phone talk for a one-eyed Batman.
We took too much. Forgot to rate the movie. So just for posterity, here it is. I text Jackson. He gave it a 7. I gave it a 6.5. There you go. Fun fact, though, we did get up and go fishing. So until next time.
You guys aren't gonna start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's call that phone talk for a one-eyed Batman.
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob. We don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind.
Cousin business is booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
I just wanted to throw out a couple of special thanks for the folks that make this show possible. Big thanks to Brad Sexton for our jams, Lamplighter Production for our artwork, Godsized Growing for some musical guest appearances, and Dave, who's our YouTube editor. We probably wouldn't even be on that platform were it not for him. If you want to check out anything any of these amazing people are working on, all of their links are in the description for this episode. If you want to contact the show, you can hit us up on Twitter or Instagram at It's Just Two Movies. We've got a Facebook page now, so that's on there. You can always leave us a comment on YouTube, or you can email us at itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com. Okay, yeah, and if you like the show, like, subscribe, leave us a review. That stuff helps tremendously.
Rob Corddry was having the time of his life doing cocaine, drugs, everything he could possibly do. He's like, I feel alive, and then like the next 30 seconds, he's dead.